Yep, that's exactly what it means.
Yeah, it was a personal angle.
Since he asked, Ron, is there any way for you to clarify that on DJ?
Yes, DJ was participating in practice, and then he had to go for a personal reason. It's a happy reason, so.
Favorite Thanksgiving food, and do you call it stuffing or dressing?
Oh, stuffing. And I do like the turkey, period.
All right, that's
That
it.
was a good presentation.
Does the stuffing go inside the bird?
Yes, the way my mother makes it, yes.
Does all your family come here? How does that work?
No,
Well, I don't know, because, you saw like you can go to where they're at.
no, believe me, I've spent many a Thanksgiving all over. We've played on Thanksgiving, I've coached on Thanksgiving. I was in college on Thanksgiving, so. But for the most part, Stephanie cooks at home. We have friends and family over, and it makes it very easy.
When you look back at 9 games now, you've seen Kyle. What have you been impressed? What has he got to work on? What if you look back at that whole?
Well, I think if there is really one thing, that you would say that, he needs to just continue to grow and get experience. Just like today in practice, a couple things happened, and, Norv was on him about, hey, speed this up, see this over here, So he's still growing. I mean, it's still a work in progress. But at the same time, he's done some really good things that has given us opportunities to win. We've won some with him, and unfortunately we've lost a couple, but he's in most of the games, he's given us a chance, and that's what you're really looking for, is that opportunity, that chance to win.
Hey, Ron, sometimes when these injuries happen, they come all at once, but for you guys this year, it's kind of been a slow burn for the last 3 months. How have you guys kept patching and kept everything
Well, the
going?
biggest thing is they seem to take turns. Greg Little's had his injury bouts, and then Dennis has played very well in his stead, and then vice versa. When Dennis was nicked, Greg was back up. So that worked pretty good for us. When Trey Turner was down, we were able to move Darryl inside and have him play guard for us. So it's kind of been, our depth has been pretty good, and it's helped us in those situations. Same thing with our defensive back position. Probably the toughest one we've had to deal with has been when Ross Cockrell's been injured. At the same time, we had Dante down, so it's kind of created some tough situations for us. But because I think our depth has been decent, we've been able to suffice with the replacements, because they've been more than just average. They've been pretty good.
Ron, on the list, it's a rash of lower injuries, ankles and knees, that seem to come in after the New Orleans game. Not that you can go into the severity of them, but is there maybe something was there an issue with the playing surface that may have caused some guys to cleats to stick or something like that?
No, because one thing you always do is you always go back and see how a guy got injured, see what happened. And Greg Van Rodens was a pure freak accident. Somebody ended up falling on his foot, which really just one of those things, unfortunately. And Don Terry's he got his foot stuck under, and I'm not sure if it wouldn't have happened on the grass as well. So it's just those unfortunate. I mean, they really did look like they were unfortunate ones.
In terms of replacing Van Roten, someone who's played 100% of the snaps leading up to that on this offensive line, just what do you expect from this group in replacing him, and how hard is it to replace him?
It's going to be very hard because Greg's been very steady for us. He's done a lot of good things. He's a smart football player and communicates well. But we've had a couple of guys that have had to play for us this year on the inside, and they'll get opportunities to see which one will do the best job for us. But we feel good about who those backups are, and we'll hopefully just continue to work, and we'll see by Sunday.
Have you had any talks with Sly one-on-one?
Yes.
How did that go?
I thought it went well. At the end of the day, I talked to him about, it's part of the game. Unfortunately, you're going to make kicks, you're going to miss them, and it is about production. Mediocrity is not accepted. And at the end of the day, it's one of those things that if it continues, then we've got to make some changes. We've got to make some moves. We've got to go in another direction. And it's nothing that I haven't said to him. So, that's just the way it is. I get it. I understand it. I've been in this league long enough to know. And, and for a young guy, one thing you do want to do is you do want to be patient. because it's all part of the developmental process. I mean, very few kickers come in and, from their rookie year on, they're great. We had a guy when I was in Chicago, Kevin Butler, played at Georgia. Started as a rookie and, played his whole career. And those guys are rare now. They're hard to find.
Graham Gano used to say that he almost liked having another kicker there because the competition kind of drove him. Do you think that can maybe be something that Joey takes in and use that competition to help him?
I believe so, and we'll find out, it's one of those things, sometimes some guys do need to be pushed. And so we'll see.
I'm sorry, what did you guys like during Greg Joseph's workout, and what did you see from him today?
Consistency, he's got a good leg strength, so that's one thing. I mean, Joey's got an exceptional leg in terms of strength. This young man's got pretty decent leg strength as well. So, but he'll continue to work. He's on practice squad, so he'll get a chance to practice and develop, and we'll see what happens.
Is it unusual to have a kicker on a practice squad?
Not really. When I was in Philadelphia with Andy Reid, that's how we had David Akers was on practice squad his first year with us, and then the next year after that he became our guy.
Ron, do you consider it a fairly open competition this week, if kind of best man wins kind of thing?
Not necessarily. I mean, again, like I said, the one thing you want to try to do is show some patience, and Joey's came out, kicked the ball well today, so we'll see how it continues to go.
Eric Reed had 15 tackles on Sunday. What has he brought for you guys as far in terms of the run game?
Well, I think he's a very steady player, very physical presence for us. He's a guy that understands, the fits and how, where he belongs in the defensive scheme. He's got some good leadership skills. He's a guy that communicates well with the other guys.
Jerome McCoy was saying that it's an honor to play on Thanksgiving. Did you feel that way when you guys played on Thanksgiving in 2015?
Oh yeah, most certainly. Especially against Dallas in Dallas. I mean, because it's one of the hallmark teams when it comes to Thanksgiving. Them in Detroit. And I always thought that was cool. When I was in Chicago, we played Detroit a couple times on Thanksgiving. Fortunate thing is I've never got to play a home game on Thanksgiving, so we've always been on the road. And but it was really cool. I thought 2015 was exceptionally cool. We had we got in on Wednesday, and Stephanie and Courtney went to the game, and Stephanie organized a dinner for the players and their families that came to the hotel. So that was really kind of a neat thing for us because, for the most part, we were flying home, when most people were eating dinner. But it was cool. And again, like I said, when you get to play in Detroit or Dallas on Thanksgiving, that's really a neat thing. It really is.
That was such a magical season, but that game in particular, with the 2 pick sixes and Cam doing the twist, it kind of had, and the color rush uniforms, has a lot of memories attached to it, I think, for the fan base. Is there any specific play or anything specifically that you remember from the game itself?
I do remember Luke's interceptions, and you're right. The first one, Kurt Coleman's was really cool. Kind of set the tone and the tempo for the rest of the day. It was really a neat experience. It really was. I mean, like I said, when you get a chance to play on Thursday on Thanksgiving and it's either at Detroit or Dallas, I think that's really a cool thing.
Ron, what, if anything, has DJ done that something you maybe surprised you from when you guys saw him when you drafted him?
I think the biggest thing he's done is just continue to develop and grow and mature. I mean, that's the biggest thing. I mean, I think coming out and playing after the injury, and after the mishap with the punt, and then the last play just before the half, but coming back out in the second half and doing what he did, really I think is kind of just showing his maturation. I think the neat thing for DJ is I think DJ's just learning and understanding just how good he could potentially be. Like today, he came out and he was taking his reps and doing his thing, and then he had to go take care of the little family business, but. It's kind of neat to watch him grow. It really is. That's one of the nice, satisfying things when you see a young man stepping up and becoming the player that you hoped he would be. That's cool.
Hey,
So
Ron.
that toughness, so Steve Smith, who's been compared to, had that toughness, but he also had a fire about him. So, but is it a similar toughness without the fire, or?
I think there is a similar toughness. I do. They're both two different personalities, though. you know, and like I've always said, I really think Steve's going to be a Hall of Famer, and so it'd be unfair to try and compare DJ now.
Hey, Ron, I know that a lot of times you do take guys aside, and if they have a personal thing that's a good occasion like this, or even a bad occasion, you kind of talk to them or you pass some things along. Did you say anything to DJ? I mean, this big moment coming
Good
up.
luck. Yeah. You know, it's you know, and I'll let DJ tell you guys about it, but you know, hopefully everything continues to go well for them, and you know, it's a nice bundle. We're good. All right, cool. Thank you, guys.
Which one's you then?
That one's me. Oh, which is off?